Hi there, Aries. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. So it's been a while since I've done my readings from this angle, but for this style reading, it just makes it a lot easier to be able to show the cards at the same time and to be able to have a little bit more room. So we're taking a look at who's thinking of you, starting off with letters, zodiac signs, physical features, like I always tap into that, and ultimately what you need to know right now. All right, so let's get into it, guys. I've already pre-shuffled and chosen the letters, signs, and features because that portion of the reading typically takes a long time. So just know that I was focused on your energy while I pull these cards, and this is what came through. So let's start off with the letters. It could be initials, it could be a part of someone's name or even your own. So I've combined a couple of my alphabet decks like I always do. This is what came through. So O, F, U, L, the letter N, B, V, C, R, Y, and then you guys ended up getting a couple of Qs. So whenever we see double letters, it could be an indication of someone's initials or two people who share the first letter for the first name or the last name. That could be significant for some of you guys. You can always pause the video, play around with the letters if anything is jumping out for you. If you happen to be single, you're not thinking of anyone in particular, you can always go back to this reading and something here might make more sense as far as the letters are concerned. It could also represent friendship. It could also represent family members that could play a significant role in your life, Aries. So if it's not somebody romantically linked to you, maybe there's still a significance to the letters presenting itself here at this time. All right, so those are the letters. Let's go ahead and take a look at the zodiac signs that presented itself. So I have combined a couple of decks, actually 3 different decks presenting itself here. So you guys ended up getting Taurus, Capricorn, and any of these signs could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, right? Leo. We have Virgo coming through, and check this out, guys, 2 different decks, 2 Aries cards. So you and your person could both be Aries. Maybe they've got a lot of Aries placements in their chart, or maybe you do. All right, so if this is making sense for you, I'm really interested to see how the rest of the reading goes. All right, so getting to the portion of the reading focusing on features, take this with a grain of salt. There's so many different features for everybody, and these cards, it's just a small fraction of what could come through. So both of these cards presented itself here, race and race. So we've got African American, somebody could be Native American, okay? We also have older than you, so there could be an age gap for some of you guys. Either you're the older counterpart, Aries, or it's the other person. It could be a large age gap, or for some of you guys, it's a smaller age gap, but it does seem to be that somebody is the older counterpart. We have big ears. Somebody's ears could be really prominent, but somebody's lips could be on the small side. And then we ended up, or I ended up pulling trendy. And then the preppy card came through as well. So that could be their preferred style of dress. We also ended up getting wide nose. And then we have these 2 cards, black hair or brown hair. Any of these cards could, of course, be representing some of your features as well, Aries. Okay, so that is what's coming through there. Now let's go ahead and get into the actual meat of the reading, so to speak. So taking a look at what you need to know right now when it comes to you and the person that you are thinking about for this reading. All right, hopefully you got an indication of who is thinking about you. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. So what do they need you to know right now? I forgot to mention, for those who are new to my channel, this particular deck I created, it's got upright and reversed interpretations, just like a tarot deck. So there's many variances to different situations that could pop up. All right, here we go. For Aries, All right, first card, we have waves, a real leader doing your own thing, despite others' opinions, not afraid to be different, going against the norm. The first thing I'm getting, Aries, is you stand out. Like, you know, amongst all of the other people that they've dated and were romantically linked to, there's something about you that they gravitate towards. You know, you're different from anybody else that they've ever been with, and you really do stand out. You are very unique. That is what I'm getting there. Let's see what else for Aries. All right, so we do have a reversed card in the upright. It's the Tyrant, which could represent an abusive partner, but it is coming up in the reverse. So it's about setting boundaries, ending an abusive partnership, distancing from a toxic love, protecting yourself and loved ones. Now, this person might have experienced that, where they were in an abusive partnership, and maybe this is their way of telling you that that's no longer happening. You know, they have distanced themselves from a toxic situation, and that could be freeing them up to really explore the direction that this relationship can go. Now, for those of you who feel that this person coming through was abusive towards you, in however way that happened, it could be that they are acknowledging the fact that you've got your walls up, that you have set your boundaries, that it was you that decided to end things with them because of how they were. So take that if it makes sense. It could be that as well. All right, what else for Aries? We have the Novice. All right, so this is somebody who could be, as it says, a virgin, a beginner, no previous partners, inexperienced lover. All right, so this could be their way of telling you that maybe during this time, especially for those of you who are apart, that they have experienced life, that they have experienced maybe other relationships. Unfortunately, they could have also experienced an abusive partnership. So part of this message as well, maybe they took the lead and they got themselves out of that type of situation. All right, let's see what else. Some of you might be connected with a Taurus lover, reliable, fun-loving, affectionate lover, pleasure-seeking, devoted partner. Let me grab one more here, and then we'll grab some verbiage from the Soul Lovers and Separation deck. All right, and we have Aquarius coming through. So Aries, if the person that you're thinking about, in addition to the signs that we've already seen, Taurus and Aquarius coming through here, that might be significant for some of you. All right, so I don't believe, let me just double check that actually we ended up getting Taurus already. So that's reiterating the Taurus reference there. So we do have passionate, uninhibited, romantic, charming, exciting. All right, so that's the Aquarius lover card coming through. So I am kind of getting this particular message as well. So we clearly see the Novice reference, right? So maybe during this time apart, you know, this person might have experienced relationships either with a Taurus or an Aquarius person, right? But there's still something about you that stands out. You're the most different, most exciting connection that perhaps they've ever experienced. So that could be what's coming through there. Let me set these guys aside, and then we'll go ahead and grab some verbiage from the Soul Lovers deck. What else do you need to know when it comes to the person that you're thinking about? So there's something about the connection with you that's unlike any other connection that they've been in. All right, let's grab 3 cards from here for Aries. 1 for Aries, 2, and 1 more. There we go. All right, what do we have here? My desire is to have a family with you. Would you have a baby with me? It's interesting that, you know, we've got the references to intimacy from the cards that came through already. This one says, I am in a relationship with someone else. Still, you are always on my mind and in my heart. All I want is you. So it, again, going back to, they might have had other experiences with other people, but there's still something that they're drawn to when it comes to you. Let me grab this one here. You can't imagine how much I love you. You are the woman or man that every man or woman desires. I know that I can count on you, and I will show you that you can count on me too. So I have a feeling, though, that we are coming up with this type of scenario for this reading because they weren't there for you. There could have been infidelities for some of you guys. There could have been third-party situations for others. And so I feel once they explored those connections, it just didn't end up being what it was that they were looking for, which is you. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify this with tarot. Interesting message. Some of you guys could have already had a child or children together, but they might have either walked away from the connection because they felt that the grass was greener on the other side. All right, let's see. What else for Aries? Two of Pentacles. They were definitely juggling, okay? They perhaps did not make you a priority in their life. It's so interesting that we've got the Queen of Pentacles coming through, very nurturing, very maternal. You know, this is a feminine that is very giving, you know, giving of your love, of your heart, your everything. It could even be representing finances. You know, maybe you, Divine Feminine, if you relate to this, there could have been a masculine that you were with where they depended on you financially, or you just helped them out financially. You could have, again, also had a child or children together. So there's a family dynamic that's presented here. But I have a feeling you guys went into separation because of a third party. If it wasn't a third party, they decided to end the partnership here and decided to go in a different direction, but coming to the realization that there's still something about you that they're drawn to, that perhaps they've come to realize that they still love you. So that was a challenge. Look at how these cards are coming through. 8 of Cups. If this is your storyline, Aries, you walked away from this person. It could have been the feminine that decided to end things, especially if your masculine wanted to go in a different direction. Yeah, look at this. Look at how this is presenting itself. 10 of Swords. It fell apart, and more than likely they really wanted to be on their own, to just explore other options, you know. And so I feel during this time, if this resonates for you, especially my feminines, you did whatever was necessary in order to move on with your life. Your work environment, maybe you've become really successful there. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You had to still keep going despite what might have happened with your relationship. I do feel if this was a masculine that either cheated on you or decided to end things because they wanted to pursue a different person, they now recognize that they made the wrong decision. That's what I'm getting there. They made the wrong decision. Look at these cards. 9 of Swords, and then the 5 of Cups, the Fool, 9 of Cups. Okay, so they're not in a good headspace, I feel. They're lonely. At the end of the day, they could be in another relationship, but they're not fulfilled, and they do miss you. They think about what life would have been like, or would be like, if you guys could get back together. That's their most innermost thoughts, their wishes, their dreams. It's all about you. It comes down to how you're feeling, Aries, if you would even entertain this person coming back. If it was infidelity, if it was a third party, more than likely you've got your walls up. It could again be the feminine You know, you're just out there living your best life, but you could be a little bit apprehensive as far as allowing your masculine back in because of how things might have unfolded before, you know? So it's going to take a lot of work for them to win you back, I feel. And, you know, it's just one of those things where they learned that lesson a little bit too late, that you guys were a good match, that you guys belonged together. So they could still be wishing to have that reunion with you and want to start again. But they also did pretty foolish things, I'm feeling. So Aries, if this is somebody that you would allow back into your life, you have to do your due diligence and make sure that what they're bringing your way is authenticity, is the truth, is for them to be open and honest with you about their intentions rather than more of the drama that they might have created in the past. That's what I have. All right, guys, if you are interested in your own reading, that information is down below in the description box, and all the decks featured here will be linked down below as well. Thank you so much, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.